power and love. Not just power, but power and love. And we've got to remember that. Our God is an awesome God. I've been very fortunate this week because I've been worshipping all week with a group of other people from the URC from all over the country. And we've had a fantastic time. But sometimes it's a sad time because I was sat with one group of people and we were there to look at how we can lead our church into growth. And if you know me, you know that I'm really enthusiastic about leading our church into growth. There is no such thing as leading your church into decline. We lead our church into growth. If we're not doing that, we shouldn't be around. And yet, there were two churches from the East Midlands that were sat on this table with me. And there were two people from each church represented there. And they were trying to do their best. And two of them were from a church of 6. The other two were from a church of about 12. And the two from the 6 were the two elders of the church. And the other two weren't elders of the church, but wanted their church to grow. That's encouraging that they were there to learn how to grow their church. But the difficulty was the two that weren't elders had a couple of elders that just wanted their church to survive till they died. And isn't that sad? If there's anybody here that just wants us to stay here till our church dies, can you go find another church? Because we're not about being here just for ourselves. We're here because we've got hope. Hope that we will grow and that this church has a future. You see, we go to Isaiah, and if we look at Isaiah chapter 2, verses 1 to 5, this is what it says. This is what Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. In the last days, the mountain of the Lord's temple will be established as the highest of the mountains. It will be exalted above the hills, and the nations will stream to it. Many people will come and say, "Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the temple of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his ways, so that we may walk in his paths. The law will go out from Zion, the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He will judge between the nations, and he will settle disputes for many peoples. They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore. Come, descendants of Jacob, let us walk in the light of the Lord." What a verse in Isaiah. And it's not come yet. You know, nations are not going up to Jerusalem to worship the Lord. The temple is not there yet. It's still to come. We have had 2 temples. We're waiting for the third on Temple Mount. At the moment, there's a big mosque on top of Temple Mount. But, you know, if the Lord decides to change things, he's going to change it. Jerusalem at the moment is a real mishmash of faiths. You've got the Muslims, the Jews, the Christians, and they all got a quarter each. And then you've got the people that just don't believe in anything. And it's a real melting pot of different faiths. If you go there, the Jerusalem itself is beautiful, but the atmosphere there is not good. But God says that's going to be the place where we all want to go to. When He comes back, that's going to be the place we all want to go to Jerusalem. Now that doesn't mean to say that we're all going to go physically to Jerusalem. It wouldn't hold us all. If every Christian got up today and flew to Jerusalem, it wouldn't hold everybody. So I don't think we may want to go there, but we're going to know about Jesus. We're in a fortunate time when Jesus could go on TV and get to us all with no problem whatsoever. We may not all want to switch in because we'll be watching Coronation Street. But if Jesus were going to come on the TV, what would you do? It's a great thought, isn't it? But then we go on from Isaiah and we're going to Matthew. What does Matthew say about when Jesus is going to come back? So we're looking at Matthew chapter 24, starting at verse 36. But about that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, up to the day Noah entered the ark. And they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them all away. That is how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be in the field. One will be taken and the other left. 2 women will be grinding with a handmill. One will be taken, the other left. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know what day your Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what time of night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would not have let his house be broken into. So you also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. We've got to be ready. It's no good being complacent. We're in a season of hope. We're actually in the new liturgical year. It starts today. And if you wonder what that means, it means the Bible readings, what we're going to use for Bible readings over the next year, starts today. The day when we celebrate hope. We start a new set of Bible readings for the whole year. A day of hope. But what are we hoping for? Tell you what I hope for. I hope to see the time when we're beating our guns and our weapons into plowshares. What a fantastic time that will be. No more war. We can go anywhere in the world and our brothers and sisters will greet us as brothers and sisters. Not as enemies, not as British, not as Russian, not as any other nation, but we will be God's people on earth. Wouldn't that be a fantastic day to be here? But when's it coming? We do not know. Not even Jesus himself knows that day when he's going to come back. He is waiting for his Father, our Father in heaven, to tell him, right, son, it's time for you to go back down there. Get on your bike, go sort them out. But until the Father tells Jesus, Jesus doesn't even know when he's coming back. He knows what signs to look for. because He's told us. And we can look for those signs. But you know, it's great. I love people that looking at prophecy, and I get really into prophecy. And believe you me, there's nothing wrong with looking at prophecy and getting into it, but it's when we take it too far. And you know, we as human beings tend to take everything too far. We get infatuated with something and we take it too far. And I've had people look at prophecy and say, oh, well, you can see that this is being fulfilled today. When I was in Israel, Israel had to attack, Lebanon had attacked Israel, and so Israel sent a force back. So they sent some helicopters into Lebanon. And one of the prophets that I was around at the time said, oh, look, this prophecy is fulfilled. It's here in the Old Testament. Bees will fly into Lebanon. And they were saying that the helicopters were bees. And they were firing fire. They took the prophecy just a little bit too far. Because it didn't, when they'd fulfilled that bit of the prophet, it didn't fulfill the rest of it. We have to look at prophecy, we have to be prepared, we have to be ready to receive and live in hope. So when we read Isaiah, and he's talking about the temple and everybody going to the temple to worship, it's prophetic. We are looking at a prophecy. That is not going to happen until Jesus comes back. Because it says that's where Jesus is going to reign. Jesus wants us to get on with the work and keep the hope that He's coming soon. Now, I don't know about you, but when I pray the Lord's Prayer and I say, your kingdom come, I often wonder, do I really want Jesus to come back? Because people look at that line in several ways. Your kingdom come. Well, some people will say the kingdom of heaven is already here on earth because we're it. Other people will say it's talking about Jesus' second coming. So we're asking Jesus to come back. And I keep thinking, do I want Jesus to come back now? Because there's so many people I want to tell about Him. Do I want those people to be to the ones that are in the field? You know, one gets taken, one gets left. So my take on things is that I want to tell everybody about Jesus now. I want to make sure they've got a choice. That they're not going to be the one left standing in the field. They're not going to be the one left in the grain room grinding corn. They're not going to be the one left behind. So my prayer of hope is that I can reach as many people as I can possibly reach so that they do not have to be left behind. I want everybody to go to heaven. I know somebody's going to say, you're not being realistic, John. Not everybody is going to go to heaven. You can't get to everybody. Well, no. But if I don't pick up the starfish and throw it back in the sea, that one starfish hasn't got a chance, has it? If I don't go and tell everybody that I meet about Jesus, they haven't got a choice. Because I haven't given them that choice. So when I read these words from Isaiah and from Matthew, it just spurs me on to tell people about Jesus. It spurs me on to do events like we're going to do down at the shops. Because you may not be a singer, but you can go down there and share the love of Jesus with people that don't know Him. You may not like the people on the estate. You might think, oh, Why go to the people on the estate? They've chosen their way of life. Let's leave it. Sleeping dogs lie. But that's not what God called us to do. That's not what Jesus commissioned to do. Go out into the world and make disciples. Don't just sit in your churches and not make disciples. Go out into the world. That's the commission we've got. Go out into the world. It is no good if we do not go out into the world. That doesn't mean to say we've got to become a part of the world.
I need some scissors.
You need some scissors? Okay. Can we get him some scissors? Because I don't know where the scissors are at the moment. We just got to go out into the world. And we've got to share God's gospel. We've got something that's worth sharing. We've got something that people need to know about. So we've got to take the opportunities that we get. Let's not hold back. Let's just share it. Otherwise, we could become like the church that those two ladies are in. It's okay, we're okay so long as this building stays standing and we keep open until I've gone, we'll be all right. You know, the churches don't last much after they've gone because there's nobody in them. The one great thing about being here, especially over this last 2 years, our family has started to grow. Whether you've noticed it or not, our family has started to grow. Sometimes people leave and others come in, but we don't notice the growth because somebody's left and somebody else has come in. And so we think, oh, we haven't got any more people. Because you count the number of people and it's exactly the same as it was 2 years ago. But you know, people have gone and people have come. That's church growth. As it happens, our family is getting bigger. You may not have noticed it, but it does. It gets bigger. And it gets bigger every week. I just think we're in such a great time. We have such an opportunity that it's amazing. I'll tell you what has given me hope this week. I've been trying ever since I got here to get people to sit on the front row. And guess what I've done this morning? I've got this group sat on the front row and I've got this group sat on the front row. Isn't that amazing? You just put a table there that you sit on the front row. You know, hope is such a fantastic thing. Just grasp that hope that Jesus can do whatever he wants to do through you. All you've got to say is, here I am, wholly available. As for me, Lord, I will do your work. Here I am, wholly available. I'm willing to do your work, Lord. Just send me. Don't say those words unless you mean them. I said them and I ended up going all over the world. So don't say them unless you mean them. But my prayer is that every one of you are ready to say those words. Here I am, Lord. Send me. I don't know how I can do it because I'm not capable. But here I am. Send me. That's a real hope that I have. That you're all saying, here I am, Lord, send me. And especially in 2 weeks' time. Do you know, we've got two opportunities in 2 weeks' time. We have the nativity here, and there are going to be people coming into the nativity that don't normally come to church. And it's a great time. The nativity service is a great time. But do you know, if you don't talk to the people that come, do you know what attitude they get about us? They're a right stuffy lot of that church. I don't mind going to the nativity for the kids, but I would never go back there because they're a right stuffy lot. You know, we've got to talk to the people that come through the door. Now, there is a problem. We can go overboard and we can just swamp them with everything. They go, flipping it, they're too enthusiastic at that church. I'm not going back there. They'll have me doing everything. There's an happy medium. But we've got that opportunity in 2 weeks' time. We've got that opportunity in 2 weeks' time to share our faith with people that don't normally come to church. I know some people will say, I don't come to the nativity service because it's just a mishmash of everything. So I stay away. It's not about what we think about the nativity service. It's about what Jesus can use us for when we're there. Because if you're not here, He can't use you to speak to somebody. If you're not here, He can't use you to speak to somebody. And then from here, at 1 o'clock, we're down on the estate. Another opportunity. If you're not there, He can't use you to speak to somebody. And do you know, you may be the one person that can lead one person to Christ. That can say to them, Jesus did this for me, He can do it for you. You see, it might not be me that can say that to them because I might not relate to them. Because what Jesus has done for me might not relate to them. But what Jesus has done for you may well do. So you may be the one person that should be there. So I would say you really need to pray about what you're going to do this Christmas. How are you going to serve Jesus? What present are you going to give to Jesus this Christmas? What present are you going to give to Jesus this Christmas? Are you going to say to Him, I'm willing to celebrate your birth. I'm glad that you came to earth to save me. Full stop. Or are you going to say, what can I give to you, Lord? This is your birthday, not mine. It's not about me getting presents. It's about what can I give to you. And for some of you, that may be going out and telling people about Jesus. For some of you, it might be saying, I'm going to commit this year to pray for 3 hours a week. Or 3 hours a day. Wow, that'd be something, wouldn't it? I'm going to commit to doing something for you, Jesus. And I'm going to fully commit to doing that thing for the next year. Not just for Christmas, because a puppy is not just for Christmas. It's for life. Jesus is not just for Christmas. He's for life. If you've given your life to Jesus, He's for life. And therefore, let's commit. Let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to leave it there because I think that's enough for you to take on board with. What am I going to do for Jesus this Christmas? What gift am I going to give Him? Amen. Thank you, Sam. Oh, gift. Sorry, Sam, I've forgotten. I forgot these last week. I just thought I'd bring you back a taste of the Philippines. So I'm going to open them up and just pass them round, take one out and have a go. It's fruit. It's nothing dangerous. And just enjoy. Somebody's after it already, aren't you? So I'll just pass them round and pass them on to other tables. Oh,
You're alive.
it's alive. There you go, Bob. I'll let you take over, Sam. You can have one afterwards.
Yeah, it's a real challenge for us over this Christmas. So have a think of what's God given us that we can give back. We're going to go into our final song. and as part of our final song of worship, we're going to take up our offering. If you are visiting, please do not feel that you need to give. Just let the bag go by. We're just grateful that you're with us this morning. And then, nice and easy in this little layout. After the final song of worship, I'll pray, and then we're going to have tea and coffee and biscuits and no doubt other things nicely at the back, so you don't have to rush off into the room at the back. You can just stay where you're at, and tea and coffee is going to come in this morning. So if you'd like to stand if you're able, we'll sing our final song of worship.